because I was killing myself. I was slowly killing myself through drinking and consuming drugs. I was stuck and I was killing myself. If that intervention hadn't happened, if that didn't set into motion a series of events that led me to God, to Christ, to salvation, redemption, I don't think I would be here today. So a little bit about this channel. Here I talk about addiction and recovery, and I try to tie in psychological and philosophical insights. It can be discouraging at times when I see the gap between where I am now, where I want to be in the future, because I'm not there yet. I'm not that man yet. The things that I want going forward in my life are things that I'm going to have to work hard towards. The main things that I want, the main values and virtues that I hold close to me: having a family, owning my own business, being educated, having a career, being able to establish a platform where I can reach others and help bring people who are struggling, to help bring them out of the darkness that I was once in. If I can do that, if I can attain that, I believe I'll have a sense of satisfaction and I'll have a purpose in life. My ideal self entails being a dependable and capable man. If I want a family, that means I have to be able to support not only myself, I have to be able to support a partner, a life partner, a wife, and I'll have to be able to support any potential children. I don't know what God has in store for me, but I know that there's a burning desire in my heart to see this through to fruition. I'm not ready for it yet. If I met a woman today and she said she's ready to get married and have kids, there's no way a year from now I would be in a position to get married, support her, and support whatever offspring may come from that. So knowing that, I have two choices here. I can either become discouraged, or I can let it fuel me and drive me towards becoming that man in the future who will be able to support a partner and provide for his kids. That's the kind of man I want to be. I want to be self-sufficient, dependable, and capable. So that's the first thing that I'm seeking in this new life of sobriety. This is the first year I've been sober in 20 odd years, and it's like charting unknown waters for me. 7 of the last 20 years, I was severely addicted to drugs and alcohol to the point where I was crippled. I remember I would stay in my room for days at a time, drinking myself into a coma, only exiting to use the bathroom or to retrieve some kind of sustenance to keep me alive. Other than that, I wouldn't leave my room, let alone leave my apartment, because I had no desire to go outside. I had no desire to have contact with anybody. I cut myself off from the entire outside world, to the point where my friends and family probably wondered if I was dead or not. And actually, they did wonder if I was dead or not, because I reached a crisis point where my friends and family ended up calling the police to perform a wellness check on me, because they hadn't heard from me for months. At that time, they hadn't heard from me for months. I just retreated into the hole, this dark recess of a room where I was being nothing but a grungy person, where the only thing I saw was my own immediate self-gratification, seeking pleasures of the flesh, but to my own detriment, to the point where I was hurting myself, not only physically, but emotionally, socially, spiritually. I was stuck and I was killing myself. If that intervention hadn't happened, if that didn't set into motion a series of events that led me to God, to Christ, to salvation, redemption, I don't think I would be here today, because I was killing myself. I was slowly killing myself through drinking and consuming drugs. And I was at the point where seeking that next high, seeking that next drunk, seeking that next short-term pleasure was more important to me than my basic survival. That's how far gone I was. I was addicted to that degree for about 7 years. Not the beginning of the 7 years, maybe about 4 years, but it was a slow degradation in my life where I wouldn't even leave my bed. I was utterly crippled. I was overweight, unhealthy. My blood pressure was out of control. My heart rate was unregulated. I remember the first month or so of getting sober, when I would go and get my vitals checked, my heart rate was always high. I was always in a tachycardia, always about 115, 120 beats per minute while sitting and getting my blood pressure taken and my heart rate measured. That's not normal. It took me a month and a half, maybe more, for that to settle down, about 5-6 weeks of sobriety, because I had let myself fall that far. I stopped taking care of myself. So when I look at who I was at that point in time, which would be about over a year ago now, to where I am now and to who I am now, the difference is night and day. But I'm not satisfied. I'm not satisfied with that. I have a drive in me, like a burning passion that I can't quench. I want more. I'm not satisfied with life. Sobriety isn't enough. The bare minimum isn't enough. I want to be the best man I can be. I want to manifest and bring about my ideal self. Now, I'm currently going back to school, and I don't know how long that's going to take. That could take 4-5 years, maybe longer. I'm not sure. I'm not even sure where my endpoint is, right? All I know is that moving forward and building momentum is better than not moving at all, and it's better than being stuck in that grungy situation I was stuck in a year ago. But now when I look forward, I see that I'm not the man who I want to be yet. And not being the man who I want to be yet propels me to be the man who I want to be. Because I want to be that person. I want to be that man that a woman can rely on. The man that a woman knows she can be a mother with. That she can mother children and have this man take care of her children. That's the kind of man I want to be. And that means I'm going to have to put in a lot of work. So right now I'm seeking my main goals going into 2025 are self-sufficiency. I want to be self-sufficient. My second goal is excellency. I'm pursuing excellence in everything that I do. School, work, relationships. I want to be known for being excellent and being a man of high quality and standards. My third goal is reverence. I want to portray and express reverence for God. First and foremost, reverence for God. Because without respect for God, without honoring God, nothing else can come to fruition. When I put the kingdom of God, when I seek the things of the kingdom of heaven, all else will be added to me. So I put God first, and hopefully everything will follow afterwards. But I need to take steps forward in that direction where God is leading me. And if my inner calling is any hint towards what God's will is for me in this life, that is becoming the man who I want to be. So a little bit about this channel. Here I talk about addiction and recovery, and I try to tie in psychological and philosophical insights. So if you're interested in addiction and recovery and you like what you hear, check out this video for more.